Good afternoon, dear parents. Uh, as a parent, you have to do many things to rear up your children, starting from birth till they become older than them. And it is the duty of the parents to see their growth and development to make them competent and shanti. And so there are so many challenges to meet. First of the challenge is from birth. We have to start feeding. We start with breastfeeding. In any substance, there is no substitute for breastfeeding. So no scientist in the world has made a breast milk substitute. There are so many available. Many nearby people tell you to give this and that, but don't believe. Give only breastfeeding, and I make you sure that God has given you sufficient breast milk and sufficient for the needs. No extra needs for giving any feeds. So first thing, start from the feeding from the first day of life. And as the child on the first day, child only half speed of milk to fulfill their stomach. They don't require hundred of mils of milk. So whatever less milk you have, that will suffice their needs. So continue your breastfeeding and give them whenever child asks for it. So that can be known by their movement, their cry, like that. And whenever you feel that child needs some milk, give breastfeed. And you can eat everything for breastfeeding. There is no contradiction of your diet for mother. People say you don't eat that, this thing and that thing, but then you can eat everything. You can eat pulses, cereals, you can eat non-veg, eggs, everything, and that will give sufficient proteins and calories to the child. Secondly, child does not need water. So up to 6 months, don't try to give anything because that will reduce their intake of breast milk and they will remain on water everything. So this is my request and guarantee that when the child is born, God gives everything to the parents, mother. They get sufficient of milk, they get sufficient of money, the income is in the family. So that is God's gesture to rear up the child. So that is one thing. Secondly, put the cross on the child as per needs. So the elderly people say clothe them with blankets, sweaters, everything. But then children require less of clothes. They feel heat less than us because their basement rate is more than ours, and they will never be over clothes. That will make them unhappy, irritable, and they will raise their temperature also. So give clothes as per your requirement. If you are sitting in a room, what clothes you can wear, put them on less clothes. So that is another thing. And the room setting must be comfortable. If you are comfortable in the room, child is also comfortable. Make it airy, ventilated, so there is no infection there. And cleanliness, wash your hand before touching the child. When you touch just for lifting or feeding, every time you need to wash your hands with soap and water. And you can daily bath the child, but in smaller children you can just sponge them with the boiled water added with 2 drops of Dettol, and don't rub too much, just lightly clean it. And you can apply oil. Best oil what I felt is coconut oil. So there are so many types of oils available in the market, but they are not always good for baby. They are sold in the name of baby, but they are mixed with so many smells, scents, everything. So they make it for pundit. And we should not apply any sort of oil. Plain oil, better coconut oil is best. That will make the skin smooth and shiny. And you can apply Dettol You can add Dettol in the water which you want to beat them. You heat the water, boil it, and cool it, and few drops of Dettol. That is sufficient. Thirdly, uh, take vaccinations. Vaccines are needed to prevent the diseases. So, scientists have planned and researched the various types of vaccine as per the age. So, they every vaccine as per the recommendation. So, they will safeguard your child from the diseases. There are so many diseases which happens very frequently. To prevent them, keep safety, give vaccination, keep hygiene and clean them. And don't take them children in crowded places, dusty places. So that is one thing. And secondly, children initially they lose 20 grams of body weight per day or initially 15 days, 10 days. So thereafter, once the child starts feeding, the weight is regained very fast, and they by 1 month the weight is more than their normal weight. And every day they gain 20 grams per day. So accordingly, in 1 month they can gain 600 grams. So accordingly, we can find out their growth. We can plot their growth chart so that we can know the growth is going on. And secondly, it is advisable to check your baby for the first 6 months every 50 days. Every 50 days, checking is required to measure the physical growth. And